Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Well, I've been in the computer industry for quite a number of years. I started studying informatics at the University of Oslo in 1976, and we were still using punched hole cards and things like that. In 1986, one of my customers were hacked, and from there on, I have been working more or less full time with computer security. So it's quite a number of years. So I've taken numerous certifications. I have returned to university, taking classes in law school. I've done a lot of things. The classes in law school were fairly recent. I've been working all over the world since 1986 with computer security incident, with response, with preparation, and with risk management. So in 2007, I took my CISP certification. And taking my CISP certification really changed things for me a lot because I had a lot of experience. I had a lot of knowledge, I had a lot of courses, but I didn't get any job offers. So after I put CISP on my CV, suddenly the job offers started coming in. And that was quite a revealing experience because actually they're using the CISP certification as sort of gateway into other jobs and into international relocation and so on.
Thank you very much. Could you please also tell us what is ISC Square and explain something about it?
Yeah. IC Square is a non-for-profit organization. It's founded in US and it was originally founded with the industry members and the National Institute of Standards and Technologies. It is headquartered in Clearwater in Florida, which is an excellent place to visit, by the way. They originally wanted to address the problem of security consultants not having any sort of formal certification arrangements for them. So they wanted to actually have proof that you had knowledge. And the first common body of knowledge was put together, and the CISP course was made based on this common body of knowledge. Since 1992, this common body of knowledge has been developed, it's been adapted to new situations. The later thing here is GDPR, which is now a central part of the curriculum, and it has been expanded, it has been changed, it has evolved a lot. And it is now very adapted to today's challenges for a computer security professional. It has 8 knowledge domains, and the 8 knowledge domains are maintained by IC Square. Then later years, they have published other courses like SSCP, which is sort of a CISP for technicians. And then they have published the CCSP, which is CISP for the cloud. And they have published specialty courses like CSSLP, which happens to be software security for software developers. And I'm certified actually to hold all of them. So I'm one of those annoying guys, with like 6 lines on my business card of certifications and so on. So I'm teaching all these 4 courses I mentioned. In addition, there are 5 more courses with IC Square, but I have to leave something to the other instructors as well. So IC Square is an internationally recognized organization. CISSP is the gold standard for certification, the certification that really opens doors for you. And that's the course we're going to hold in Ukraine.
That's great. So that's interesting to ask you now. What is interesting about this course? Who is it for? What's in the curriculum? What will it bring to Ukrainian IT specialists? Could you please dwell on it?
Yeah, what is in the CISP course is a lot. It is covering all aspects of security. Program development, operation network setup, building design, physical security, asset management, risk assessment, corporate governance, and so on. This course is for people who know some about technology, who actually wants to step up to becoming a consultant on the higher management levels, where you can talk to the C-level executives of an organization and you can know your security, but you're also able to tell them about their security issues in a way that they can understand and they can relate to the business. The central part of the CISP curriculum is risk assessment and good governance of security, which is really what most organizations are struggling with today. You, as a CISP, you get to advise CEOs, you get to advise board members, you get to advise a lot of people, and you should really be knowing your security. So there are a lot of requirements for this. There are also some prerequisites, which basically says that you have to have a total of 5 years of experience. You have to have or professional experience, and of these, at least 2 years must be with computer security related topics, not necessarily as a security specialist, but in something that has to do with computer security. Like user administration, network management. These are not primarily security stuff, but they are related to security stuff, and they count. Now, if you have higher education, that counts as 1 year of experience. Interesting enough is that the CISSP certification is in the UK recognized as equivalent to a master's degree, an experienced master on level 7. So by actually taking the course and getting through to the certification, you get an education that's equivalent to a master. So that's interesting. There's a lot of stuff in there. I can't really be telling you about everything that's in CISP. As I said, I just finished my 92nd CISP class. I actually, 1 hour ago, I was still teaching. So I'm just back from that one, and it was a very exciting class. And my students very clearly said that this was the best computer security class they ever attended. So yes, I'm a very modest person. So I'm no, but it's true. It's that basically what they said. So I don't have to be modest on this one because it's a great curriculum. I've done this curriculum all over the world: Sydney, Accra, Ghana, Ethiopia, Tanzania, South Africa, US, Netherlands, Germany, Malaysia, Singapore. I've been all over the world teaching this course here. And it's a very, very good course, and it's never a boring course to teach because the curriculum is so comprehensive and the students are so different. And the point of teaching this is actually to teach them the curriculum so they can pass the exam. So once you've taken the course, you need to pass the exam, which you probably should do a bit of reading before you actually sit for the exam. You should, at a minimum, read the textbook that you're getting, and then you can sit for the exam, and you will get passed. If you pass the exam, you will then have to apply for membership to ISIS². And once you apply for membership, you can be accepted as a certified CISSP, which is basically your golden ticket into the computer security industry. You should also be aware that salaries in US, for example, just to illustrate the differences here. 2 people doing the same job, one of them being certified CISP. The certified CISP will on average have $22,000 a year higher salary in US. So it matters a lot. So that's what we are teaching. That's what we're going to deliver in Ukraine. And this is a first, to my knowledge, the first one in Ukraine. It will definitely be in English because my Ukrainian is even worse than my Russian, which is non-existent. So we will definitely do this in English.
Thank you, Stein. And what about the length of the course? How long does it take?
Yeah, the course needs 8 hours of teaching each day, and it goes for 5 days. We need the 40 hours. If we cut 1 hour from it, if we return late from lunch one day, we will be behind on the schedule. It's a very tight schedule. There's a lot of things to go through. And actually, the course I finished with 1 minute margin. I finished the course 1 minute to 4 o'clock, and we were scheduled to finish at 4 o'clock. So basically, it's a very tight course, very comprehensive. There are two options for it, but we can either do a 6-day on the course, which I try to avoid because that means staying over the weekend and so on. But mostly what we will do is we'll be teaching 8 effective hours per day. That means if there's a lunch on 1 hour and a half, you will be in class for 9.5 hours that day.
Okay, thank you so much, Stein. And my last question, you already said that experience in security domain is important, but generally, how can I prepare for this course? Let's say I have education, I have experience. Is anything else needed?
Well, the best way to prepare for the CISP class is actually to get hold of the curriculum, which you will get the moment you enroll. You will be given access to an electronic book that holds the curriculum. You can also buy books on CISP curriculum from Amazon, but they're pretty expensive there. It's $35, $40 for the book. And the book that you're really interested in is the course book. So the best thing you can do is to read through the course book. In the beginning of every chapter, there is a summary of what you need to know. And this is a very useful summary to go through before you start the CISP class. Check out, yeah, I know this. Oh, that's very familiar for me. Oh, that was totally new. I have no clue on this. And mark your menu, your a la carte menu. Go through there and now you know what you're going to focus on the course. Simply because of this. The course is long, there's loads of information, and you will be zoning a bit in and out. You won't be able to stay attentive 8 hours a day for 5 days. There will be things that maybe you know this stuff here, so you can relax a bit, and collect your thought. But then you got to a point where you don't have a clue what they're going to be talking about, and then you really focus there. So the best preparation is to read the materials, read the summary at the beginning of the chapter, and mark what you know and what you don't know. Otherwise, if you think you're totally blank in one area of security, for example, encryption, Google encryption. Google is your friend here. Google encryption and CISP, and you're getting some presentations made by people who previously taken the course.
Okay, thank you very much, Stein. Welcome to Ukraine.
Thank you.
Looking forward to this course.
Yeah, I am looking forward to running the first CISP class in Ukraine.
Yeah, let's keep it as a motto for our course. Thank you very much, Stein.
You're welcome.